I'm so excited to be telling you about an amazing team we have, the North Fair Oaks Empowerment Initiative. I'll be talking about why it started, what happened back in the day, and how our team was formed and what we're doing. Ending with a thanks to David Grosseth, who is our Donor of the Year. So why did it get started? Today, you can see cars just flying through this part of the city, a once thriving African-American business community on North Fair Oaks, from Woodbury to Washington. There was once a theater, a supermarket, businesses of Black-owned lawyers and other professionals, a restaurant where folks hung out. So the older pastors in this area recall these days, and they're dreaming and they're imagining that once again this can happen. So what happened? What changed? So there's a dramatic history of racial injustices across our nation, and I think in many ways Pasadena is a poster child for that. Over 65% of the homes in Pasadena had what's called racial covenants, and that means that no one that was a person of color could buy or sell those homes. The only place that Blacks could own property was in Northwest Pasadena. This happened clear up until 1968. And that's when redlining took place. And basically, Blacks were prevented from obtaining home loans in this area. So that's the primary way that wealth is built today in the US, is through home ownership. So One United Bank, a minority-owned bank, was started on the corner of Lake Avenue in Washington. It has an amazing history, started from a pig farm, believe it or not. But I had an account there. It was so exciting to see my Black neighbors in the bank where I would attend, and very sad to see that bank end. In 1949, that Housing Act was brought what's called urban renewal, and many have dubbed it Negro removal, basically allowed for funding for slum clearance, but they declared decent Black communities as slums and therefore got funding to clear them. There was about 20,000 Blacks and other minorities who were moved from North Fair Oaks in the area where Parsons Engineering now sits. So that whole area had a lot of displacement because of urban renewal. The 1956 Highway Act also displaced people of color all across our nation. You can see where US highways sliced right through the middle of thriving Black communities, and that is no different in Pasadena. You can see how the 210 replaced thousands of people, and especially if you look at where Lincoln Avenue goes, that was a thriving Black business district that's really never recovered. So this area was all this displacement, with the government paying only about $75,000 per home, and yet no homes in Pasadena were under 85,000. So can you imagine? My own parents were moved because of a freeway that came through, and their home that they built was also displaced. So I think my parents understand some of that pain that way too many Blacks in our nation have experienced. Oppression is often mentioned in the Bible, and I think of oppression as public sin or injustice. And when there is accumulation of so many oppressive national and local policies, it really takes a toll, especially on a community like North Fair Oaks. So this oppression creates stress, the stress of housing insecurity, due to lack of affordably priced homes, stress from lack of good paying quality jobs, and lack of decent health care. And so all of this, what's called oppression or chronic trauma that can take place in communities like North Fair Oaks truly takes its toll on the physical health. Since 2015, we have lost one team member to COVID, Alice Williams. We've also lost 3 others who have died way too young of other diseases. Hundreds of residents of North Fair Oaks, especially in the string of nursing homes in that area, have died of COVID. It's been the epicenter of COVID in our city. So I'd like us to take just a moment and a moment of silence as you look at these pictures of 3 of our team members who have died way too soon. So how did our team get started, and what are we doing today? I have been a member of the IMA, which is the Interdenominational Ministerial Alliance. I've been a member for the last 20 years. It's the oldest association of Black pastors since 1936 in the greater Pasadena area. I know it seems unlikely that I would be part of this group of pastors, but it's been amazing. I feel like I have all these fathers and brothers, but they have a history of doing employment resource fairs in this northwest part of Pasadena. So in 2015, it was voted that I would be able to organize this event. And I wanted to do it a little differently. I wanted to do it with and by the community as opposed to for the community. Dr. John Bledsoe, who was president of the IMA, he called our efforts an initiative as we set out to listen to the community. We did 150 surveys asking people what they liked about the community, what they would change, and if they wanted to be part of that change. And it's from those surveys that we got the leadership to plan a resource fair. We closed down the Tremont Street, and about 500 folks came out to participate in all these amazing booths we had featuring the 18 businesses up there, the 10 churches, all the nonprofits, the Ballet Folklorico, speeches from pastors, the mayors, Judy Chu, and more. We even had the Workforce Employment Board send out a mobile unit where folks could go in one end and they'd help them write their resumes and apply for jobs on the spot. Then they came out the other end and got a free dress shirt, thanks to Tyrone Hampton, our city council rep. Folks got free haircuts and just all kinds of fun activities that gave North Fair Oaks Empowerment Initiative a name and street credibility, which enabled us to continue our organizing work. Our surveys and then our partnership with the Complete Streets Coalition enabled us to identify 15 very specific items that the community collectively wanted. And to date, 7 of those 15 items have been on the city's CPI budget, the capital improvement, including a $268,000 traffic signal, which was completed last year. And that's really become a symbol for the team to look and see that signal and say, we can actually have what we ask for. So we really felt a need to hire an organizer to be sure that all 15 items were accomplished. So thanks to David Grossup, whom I met in the early 1990s. And he has given a very generous contribution that's made it possible for us to hire Gary Moody. And Gary comes to us with a history of presence in this community. And he will share with us now how he appreciates David for this award that we are giving to David as our donor of the year. Thank you, David.
How you doing, David? This is Gary, man. I just want to personally thank you for the generous donation you gave to our organization. Thank you. I've always felt a responsibility and obligation to my community, having grown up in Pasadena, attending elementary school, Cleveland, through high school, Blair High School, and Pasadena City College. My passion for our community and my Christian walk led me to Jill Shook. My pastor, John B. Stewart, suggested I let her know of my interest in the position of the community-based organizer for the North Fair Oaks Empowerment Initiative team. Since joining the team a month ago, boy, I hit the ground running, man. I've been informed by some of the churches and businesses in the area about the concerns and challenges they face daily, such as COVID-19, which has been hitting them especially hard, and having an illegal marijuana dispensary, which is creating problems for the neighborhood. I've also learned about the need for affordable housing and the desire of some of our churches to build affordable housing on their underutilized land and improve the quality of life in the immediate area. Man, we need all the help we can get. And the North Fair Oaks Empowerment Initiative, in addition, has to deal with institutional racism that has created additional challenges to our community. And that's historic. I know that with continued support from people like yourself, David, we will have the financial resources we need to do God's will and address the community's need. We need all the help we can get. Once again, thank you for all you do, Dave, and thank you for the generous donation. Peace and blessings to the holidays.
I want to thank you for those words, Gary. And I just want to close out by saying that I met David when I was involved in the network class at Lake Avenue Church.
Amen.
He's been a friend, a faithful and generous donor. His training and career was at Caltech. And we are giving him Donor of the Year Award
Amen.
For his contribution of $18,000 designated for this committee, which is now making it possible for us to hire Gary, a part-time community organizer. Thank you. Would you like to say a word?
I just want to say it's glad to meet Gary, and just we all can, it's important we all do what we can. I was just blessed with the ability to do something, and this is a hard year.
Yeah.
It's a very hard year.
Very hard year.
Well, we thank you for doing your part. It's incredibly significant. So pray God will reward you for your generosity, and we hope it encourages others to give. Thank you. God bless you.
God bless you.
This is DeWalt Brown, and I want to thank you, David, on behalf of the North Fair Oaks Empowerment Initiative. We're going to be utilizing this money to work on affordable housing. We've hired an individual who will assist us in furthering our goals. So again, on behalf of myself and the committee, we want to say thank you.
My name is Joyce Graham. I'm a member of New Life Church, and we want to just take this time to thank you for your generous gift to us of the $18,000. It will go a long way in helping us reach our goal. And again, just want to say thank you so much for being the person that you are, and we appreciate your generosity. Thank you.
Yes, David, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. My name is Pastor John Stewart, and you are so gracious, and we surely appreciate your generosity, and we are grateful for what you've done. We've been able to hire a person that I think is going to be very instrumental in helping us to move forward on the causes that we have in this community, and it's largely due to your generosity. Again, I say thank you, and God bless you.
My name is Gilbert Walton. I'm a member of New Hope Missionary Baptist Church, and I'm a member of the North Fair Oaks Empowerment Initiative. I would like to thank you for your generosity, not only because of the gift itself, but because of the example. And I think that it's important, and it will encourage us to likewise be generous to others who are less fortunate than we. Thank you.